Don't talk to cops. I don't know how to make it any plainer. Don't talk to cops. When we're trying to figure out the best way to handle a strategy when you come under police scrutiny, the first step, of course, is that they're not going to inform you, the police that is, that you're under police scrutiny. So what do? You don't answer their questions. You don't leave your house if they knock on the door and say, hey, well, would you mind coming out here? We have a couple questions. As soon as you leave your house, they can grab you. You don't let them into your house. Remember what happens with vampires when you let them in the house? Don't let them into the house. Now, this may seem pretty obvious. A lot of people know this. I knew it instinctively, but I fell prey, as a young man I talked to today did, to the idea that you are innocent, you know you're innocent, and you have nothing to hide. So you're going to explain to police, well, I'll answer your questions, I have nothing to hide. Don't do it. This is why. You have no reason to know why they're asking you these questions. Excuse me. You don't know if they are advancing an agenda that involves investigating you, or you are a person of interest where you might know something that might help them solve another case, or that, maybe they think you might have been a witness to something. Until you know more about their case, don't answer anything. I know that runs contrary to people like some of us who really, we want to help. I mean, if we see something that's wrong, we want to step up and say something. But you really can't afford to. And if you are online and you're particularly active, you really have to be careful. You don't want to give the police a reason to come forward. Now, I'm not saying hide evidence. I'm not saying obstruct justice. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is know your rights. Because bluntly, there's two reasons why you wouldn't necessarily want to, or might be overcautious about talking to police. Number one, you're guilty, or you fear you may be guilty. But the second reason is you're innocent, and you know your rights. And your rights under the Constitution, excuse me, still getting over my cold, allow, as expressed through the Miranda rights, recitation that police will do when they arrest you. You understand that anything you can or anything you say will be used against you in a court of law. That part right there. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So, unfortunately, this is what police also do. Anything you don't say, or that they can massage into something, that they can twist around into something, that they can put words into your mouth, or worse yet, assign meaning that isn't there, based on a known scenario, based on a video, based on a picture, based on an article, based on a something you typed or wrote. They're very good at that. Remember, police are not all bad, but they do want to win their cases. That's why they're there. Police are there to arrest people. They will tell you that, unless, of course, you're pushing this video, in which case police will say, well, no, we're there for public safety. Well, I've heard police say that. I've also heard police say, yeah, we arrest people. That's what we do. All right? So, if you're arrested or if you're not arrested, if they ask you to step out or they demand that you open the door, whether you're an immigrant, a guest in this country, a foreign national that is, you are still protected under the laws of whatever country you're in. So if I'm in Brazil, I can't say, well, you can't arrest me, I'm an American. No, they can't, because you're under the rules and the laws of, in this case, Brazil. If you're Brazilian or Polish or whatever you are, and you're in this country, you are also protected by constitutional rights and provisions, despite what police say. I recall that when people began recording police when they were behaving badly or when they suspected that police might be behaving badly. I mean, sometimes things go down. They go down oddly, or they go down in a disturbing fashion. The viewing public thinks that this is very wrong, so they start recording and they start yelling and they're very upset. And sometimes they interfere. But what police did originally when this would happen, because it's a very emotionally charged situation, police are also emotionally charged, they demanded you stop recording immediately, or they would arrest you. Well, that's contrary to the Constitution, and they have to have courts tell them so. And it's the same thing with the sex stings and the proactive stings. Eventually, they're going to go too far, and the courts are going to rein them in. But for now, you need to protect yourself. And one of the ways you need to understand is you don't answer a damn thing. If you're talking to a minor online and you decide you're going to meet the minor, and there's no sex talk, especially, and you go meet this person, I'm going to find out if you're a minor or not, we'll hear people say, and you go meet that person, and you're arrested, and you're saying, well, I didn't talk about sex or anything like that. Don't say anything. Let them try to prove their case. Because the more you say, the more ammunition you give them, and the more likely it is you're going to lose. The less you say, you increase your chances of winning, because they have to work that much harder to make you culpable in the eyes of the law. And remember what I said, you may be convicted under law, but you're not convicted under fact all the time, which means you could be convicted. The law says they can charge you under this and they can convict you. And police, remember, want to charge you and have enough evidence, because this is their business. They know, in order for us to bring this to a prosecuting attorney, the DA, the district attorney, or the Commonwealth attorney here in Virginia, we know from experience this won't fly. They're more likely to drop a case. This happened to me with CC Ghost Unit, right? Ghost CC Unit. The Commonwealth attorney wanted to drop the case immediately, said there's not enough there. The recording is fabricated. The texts are not worth a damn. It was the State Patrol, though, that didn't want to. Why? Because the State Patrol runs the sex offender registry. And if they can get an additional conviction on top of that, well, that's even more to the good for them, because they get report cards on these things. They get kudos on this. And that proves then to them and to the public when they go for additional funding, look, we're doing all these great things and we're catching all these bad guys who would hurt children. Nonsense in most cases. So don't help the police. Don't talk to cops. Thank you very much.